There's a Jewish billionaire class, and everybody knows in the United States you can predict virtually every election. Thomas Ferguson has a career based on this. You can predict virtually every election by campaign contributions. Whichever camp gets the most contributions almost invariably wins the election. And there was and is a real fear that if Biden changes his policy on Israel, and Trump has made clear he's going to firmly support Israel, a large number of the Jewish billionaire and significant clout will withdraw the money.
You're already seeing this with Bill Ackman, who's now basically, I don't know if he said so explicitly or just is still alluding to the idea that he's going to vote for Trump. He's done a full right-wing turn. Yeah.
Chaim Sabin, who's a very big money bags, Chaim Sabin in the Democratic Party, very close to the Clintons. And I don't think that's a trivial consideration. It's like, if you would allow me to make the comparison, there were two aspects of the attacks on the college presidents during the demonstrations. There was the threats by the Jewish billionaire class to hold back the money, pull the money, and then there was that sideshow in Congress. The Congress sideshow was kind of a freak show. Anybody who watched it, it was just completely out to lunch. So I do not believe the principal pressure came from the lunatic right in Congress. The pressure came from the Jewish billionaire class, which said, if you don't stop these encampments, if you don't stop these demonstrations, and they also said it, as you know, to our mayor, our meaning New York, to Eric Adams. If you want to get, Adams is in a lot of trouble because he's hopelessly corrupt and hopelessly incompetent. And they were signaling, no, it's true. And the Times is running all the stories on his corruption and incompetence. And the Jewish billionaire class said, if you don't stop these demonstrations, you're not getting our money. And then he did. You would not believe, New York looked like, for every demonstration, I'm not exaggerating, I try to be very factual, it looked like an armed camp. I have never in my life seen so many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cops for demonstrations which were just in the lower hundreds. For demonstrations which may have been 400 and 500, there were maybe 3 cops for every demonstration. And it's that pressure from the Jewish billionaire class, or a section of that Jewish billionaire class. And I think that same pressure that they applied to Harvard, and the same pressure they applied to U of P, the same pressures they applied to Columbia, the same pressures they applied to CUNY, because Jews are liberal, and it's maybe to a credit of Jews. I would say it's a credit. They like to give to cultural organizations, the Lincoln Center, Metropolitan Museum of Art. If you look at the list of contributors, it's 90% Jewish. Now they list the donors. Libraries, they love to give to libraries, and they like to give to universities. It's a fact. That's being Jewish. You support institutions of culture and the life of the mind if you have the money. And these folks have the money. That's the good side. But the bad side is it allows a lot of political pressure and a lot of clout. And if we call things by their real name, now I know the argument is it's all voluntary. They have the right to withdraw the money if they want, but it's blackmail. It's public blackmail. If you don't stop the demonstrations, we are going to pull the money. And it's the same thing with the Democratic Party. And Biden is concerned about that, to be the money being pulled, because as I said, it's kind of a truism of politics. Whichever side gets the most campaign contributions, almost invariably, there have been some exceptions, almost invariably wins the election.